This is Karen with newclevelandradio.net, and it is time for What in the World with Paul Seaburn and his sidekick, John Dinallo, and we are live on YouTube.
Oh, how about that? That's
Yeah,
first time in months.
it's
Do we feel
incredible.
different?
It's just a click of a button now.
For those of you watching live, do we look any different? Do we sound any different? We certainly feel different because we're talking to you live, and that's always a nice thing to do for our special client, that our special listeners that like to listen live. Um, Thank you for that introduction, Karen Hale. Yeah, it's me, Paul Seaburn, host of What in the World, everybody's favorite weird news show. Real news, sometimes strange, always funny. That's our motto. We're here on a Tuesday afternoon at 3:30 or so Eastern Daylight Time in Northeast Ohio. Beautiful day here, nice weather. It's not 115 degrees like it is in some of the places where hopefully we have listeners, but we feel for you. You know, we we have our own problems. How's that? Okay, and doing those introductions, Karen Hale, the media mogul at newclevelandradio.net, our host and producer, and all around great person, finder of fantastic podcasts, including ours. So go visit newclevelandradio.net and please check them out after you listen to us, of course, and download it, whatever.
Absolutely.
I always mention up front, YouTube. Please go to YouTube. We're going to have we've got some really interesting photos today that you'll want to see. We'll try to describe them as best we can, but it's always better to see them. Speaking of seeing them, I see John Dinallo on the screen over there, my old buddy. Hey, John.
Hey, Paul. Hey.
Hey, John.
Oh, yeah, John's got his Guardians hat on because he is our sports guy, always with a weird sport, also with the trivia and, color commentary, all that good stuff. So good to see you again, John.
Good to see you, Paul, Karen.
Oh, John will be excited because we've got some of his favorite stories this week along with photos. So I'm going to get right to the introduction. What are we talking about today? Skunk apes. We've got skunk ape photos from Florida. You're going to love them. Skunk ape, for those of you who don't remember, why don't you? The skunk ape is Florida's version of Bigfoot, also called the swamp ape. So you're going to want to see this. What else? Another monster, Lake Champlain up in New York on the Canadian border. We have a radar photo of the Lake Champlain monster Champ. So you're going to want to see that. In London on the River Thames, there's a monster in the river. We've got photos of that. So, this is, and also information as well. Strange foods from Japan. John loves those strange foods. Yeah, also from the U.S. We've got another one from the U.S. We've got some weird music. I've got some weird music from the U.S. and also from Ireland. Fake zoo animal controversy. This was big on Facebook today. We'll be talking about that. More odd news. John's got a sport for us. We've got trivia. We've got, you name it. We got all kind of stuff. Before we wrap up, we always play Bluff the co-host, everybody's favorite weird news show. So let's get right to it because I know John wants to see those swamp ape photos. You're going to have to wait a little yet, John.
Okay.
This one's... Sorry to disappoint you. This one's from California. Interesting story. So this guy inherits a box from his mother. His mother had it for a long time. A box with a lock on it. He gets it. She had it for 30 years. In a locked drawer. He opens it up. It's got pieces of bone fragments in it. He finds out that the bone fragments are from a skull that was believed to belong to Ludwig van Beethoven, the Beethoven.
Wow.
Pieces of the skull, yeah. Even more interesting, the box was kept under an old stale hoagie, which means that was a roll over Beethoven. Where's
the horn? Where's the horn?
Yeah, there we go. Okay. So they traced this box back to 1863, which is when this guy's great great uncle, who was a doctor, was called upon. They had exhumed the remains of Beethoven, and they were trying to figure out why he went deaf in one ear. So they're looking at the skull fragments, doing a DNA analysis on it. Now, according to Chuck Berry, he either went deaf from rockin' pneumonia, rolling arthritis, or either of which had his temperature rising, and that could have caused his.
Oh, okay.
I know. Wait, there's
Paul,
more.
my bad.
There's more for those of you old enough to remember that song. Believe it or not, what was that song again? Rollover Day Beethoven. Boy, I'm having a brain fart here. I apologize for that. Rollover Beethoven. Turns out 1956 he wrote that song. He may have written it sooner. He was living at home with his family and his sister. And his sister was learning classical piano while Chuck wanted to play rock and roll, or whatever it was called back then before he came up with rock and roll. It's a good thing he won the argument, because otherwise the song would have been called Roll Over Bill Haley instead of Roll Over Beethoven. So, also a couple of lines I went through the lyrics to see if I could find any other dumb things to say, and I couldn't. Lucky for you. But I did find out some of the lines in there. He says, "Don't step on my blue suede shoes," which was from Carl Perkins, great Carl Perkins. A lot of inside information. The one I didn't know, he says, "Hey diddle diddle, I'm a playing my fiddle." That, in addition to the nursery rhyme, was a subtle dig at Bo Diddley, not because of his name, but because Bo Diddley was actually a very good fiddle player before he became the rock and roll star that we all remember him by. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Interesting.
Kind of
Good old
interesting.
Chuck Berry. Great, God, I don't know how many albums and songs he wrote. So if you think those were bad, it gets worse. So this, so this story comes from England. Is it England? Yeah, no, United States. Experts in music, English, and computer science at the University of Southampton. No, that is England. They were feeding data into one of these chat GPT artificial intelligence programs. They were feeding music data into it to see if it could actually write a song. Artificial intelligence, this is the state of the world today. That's why the writers and actors are on strike in Hollywood. They're afraid artificial intelligence is taking over. Not as musicians. So they fed music and other sorts of data into this chat GPT, and it actually came out with a song. The name of the song was Delirious Ecstasy. Delirious Ecstasy, which, by the way, was one of the nicknames we had for John when we were in college. Delirious Ecstasy, which we came up with after we watched him eat a plate of spaghetti. And he just
Hey, you're giving all our secrets out here, Paul. Come on now.
I know, John. What? Hang on. Hang on. There's a couple more. So, actually, Delirious Ecstasy sounds like a Frank Zappa song, doesn't it? It really. And in fact, the lyrics sound like Frank Zappa. If you're a Zappa fan, but here's one line: "You're my biohazard baby, my biohazard baby, and please don't cry for me. Oh, you don't." That sounds like Frank Zappa to me,
Right.
So, and if you remember, Frank Zappa did like over 60 albums. He did songs besides the Yellow Snow, which everybody remembers. I'm the Slime, great song. Who Are the Brain Police, another good one. Classic song, the Brain Police one. So anyways, for the Frank Zappa fans out there. Now, this is unbelievable. McDonald's. McDonald's is like one of the most valuable corporations in the world. They never are not profitable. Believe it or not, that's not enough. McDonald's executives this week announced that they're coming out with a new version of McDonald with a different mascot instead of Ronald McDonald. And wait till you see this. Now, I didn't remember this. John, you may remember this guy. It was a McDonald's character called Cosmic, COSMC, like for the McDonald's. And I've got a photo of it here. In fact, I have a couple of photos. Let's see if I can bring it up here while we talk about it. So there you go. I have a better photo coming up. This one's kind of blurry, but that big, that circular thing in the middle is Cosmic. Can you see that?
I can see it, Paul. I really don't remember him, though, as a character, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't either. So this was late 1980s, early 1990s. It was used in advertising. This is from a commercial, and they said that the new restaurant will also be called Cosmic. It will have all of the DNA of McDonald's, but with its own unique personality. However, they already said that before you get too excited, the shake machine won't work there either. So I don't know what's going to happen there.
Is there sound with your photo?
No,
The sound is coming in through it.
I wonder where that's. Let's see if I can pass.
Will have all of the DNA of McDonald's, but with its own unique personality.
No, I hear that. That's my voice.
Huh. Well, that is quite interesting how we're doubling up here.
Let's see if I take the picture down. What happens? How's that?
No.
No,
I still hear it too.
And now it went away.
Let's see if I can.
I don't see anything happening on my screen. Our apologies to everybody here. We're getting some feedback that apparently is underlying our audio. We can still?
Our audio is coming in very strange on my end. Do you
John,
hear it too?
Can you hear voices underneath as well?
I don't.
I hear voices underneath. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
On my screen.
All right. Well, you're the producer, Karen.
Yeah,
I don't either.
Here. We're getting some.
I don't think it's related to the photos. I'd hate to bring the photos down and try it again.
Well, we're going to apologize to our listeners. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, let's go back to the photo there. So this is a better, not quite as blurry photo.
It started with the picture. Yeah.
It did start with the picture. That's right. I don't see anything on my screen that would say
I don't think it's related.
Anything is happening, so I don't really know. I defer to you. If you want me to restart the photos, I can certainly try that. But
let's go back to the.
I can bring it down and bring it back up again. See if the sound goes away. You want me to try that?
It started with the picture. Yeah.
It did start with the
Karen? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, John?
Yeah, neither do I.
I can hear you fine, Paul.
I don't really know.
Okay. All right. Do you want me to stop, bring down the photos, Karen, and see what happens?
Let's go back. I can bring it down and bring it back up again. See if the sound goes away. You want me to try that?
It started with the picture. I can try. It just seems like we are in a loop.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, neither do I.
If you think it's the photos, let me.
Okay.
I brought the photo down.
Bring down the photos, Karen.
Yes. See what happens if you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do here. Okay. All right. Aha. So the sound went away.
It's still there.
Is it really? I don't hear it. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. All right.
We apologize to our listeners today.
Yeah. What you need to do is you tell me, Karen.
Yes. See what happens if you. Yeah. The only thing I can think of is we can apologize.
So the sound went away.
Sound went away?
Still there. Is it really? I don't hear it. Oh yeah, there it is.
Okay. So let me. I'm setting up the photos again. I apologize for the delay here. Okay.
So the only thing that I can think we could do is I'm going to stop the live stream and then go to record.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
All right.
so hold on 1 minute.